Serenity refers to a state of peacefulness where the mind is calm and unruffled by the external environment. This higher spiritual echelon, or inner peace, is accompanied by a sense of contentment and bliss. Human beings are distinct from all other life forms due to their intelligence and consciousness. The conscious mind perceives the external world and feels various emotions based on experiences and perception. These feelings, emotions, and sentiments, in turn, determine our inner equilibrium or inner life. Consciousness, which stems from internalization of social values and morals, also plays a major role in directing the inner equilibrium. Most of the time, the inner life or equilibrium of a human mind is in a disturbed state. The mind is never at peace, and chaos reigns due to anger, shame, feelings of guilt, and sadness. The human mind strives to achieve the right balance or equilibrium. The eternal quest for the ultimate goal, bliss, proceeds in many directions. We all want serenity, that elusive state of calm that seems to belong solely to Tibetan monks and yoga instructors. People with serenity are better equipped to enjoy life. Their small problems remain small and don't become magnified into huge catastrophes. And when real crises arise, they react with steady, clear thinking. Some seek respite in various forms of addiction, or others by passionately submerging themselves in work or pleasure. These paths, however, never satiate the true desire for peace or tranquility. Serenity, or peace, is achieved by striving for inner peace first. The most important step in this direction is to recognize the inner child of the mind. The second step, emancipating the inner child from all forms of abuse and loving it unconditionally, like a child. Self-love is the key to serenity. Self-love doesn't require one to be directed by the inner child. One should take control as a conscious being and love oneself, yet not be dictated by it. Some find serenity in nature. For others, serenity is found in visiting with family and friends. True serenity is achieved by empowering the inner life and allowing it to reflect the external life. In nearly all aspects of life have become the status quo. Most people aren't able to enjoy feelings of calmness and peace on a regular basis. But with effective habits, feelings of constant anxiety in your life can become a thing of the past. However, serenity isn't achieved without effort. Just as we need proper exercise habits to have healthy bodies, we need good mental habits to have peaceful minds. To that end, here are some daily habits to get you on your own path to serenity. 1. Create a calming morning ritual. Getting up early is important. Most people make the mistake of staying in bed as long as possible. This results in rushing around and relying on luck to get out of the house on time. If one event takes you off course, you'll be late. Get up early enough that you're not rushed in the morning. Exercise a little bit. Meditate. Read the paper with your coffee. Take a walk around the block. Mornings tend to be quiet and peaceful, and if you get up early, you can enjoy them. 2. Notice how you respond to stress. When you're faced with a stressful situation, take note of your behavior. Do you feel overwhelmed by stress? Do you overeat? Do you work to eliminate the stress? Do you find some way to distract yourself to avoid the situation? 3. As soon as your mind wanders off in the wrong direction, get it back on course. We know when we are getting mentally off course. We get irritated over minor things. We decide it's our job to correct other people's bad behavior. We obsess over past slights. These are all symptoms of the mind going down a path toward wrong thinking. Like a car that has shifted into a lane with oncoming traffic, our minds also can shift into the wrong lane. As soon as that happens, stop what you are doing. Walk away from the person who isn't acting properly. Then do whatever it is that helps you get your mind back on track. For me, it's reading something spiritual. For others, it may be listening to inspiring music or talking to a good friend. By redirecting your mind, you can more easily return to clear thinking. Create healthier responses to stress. Replace any unhealthy responses with something more peaceful. Maybe a cup of green tea or a few minutes of yoga would work for you. Calling a friend might be an option. 4. Practice acceptance. Practicing acceptance doesn't mean that you allow yourself to be treated poorly by others. It means that you accept others for who they are. If someone is a jerk or manipulative, that is who they are. It's your choice whether or not to spend time with them, but accept that you can't change them. Likewise, practicing acceptance doesn't mean that you don't try to improve your life. For instance, you may not like your current job or home. Accept your situation for what it is today. Do your best at your job, and make your home as beautiful as possible. Appreciate that you have work and a place to live. Then do what you can each day to get your dream job or home in the future. Acceptance isn't stagnation. Acceptance is understanding what you can and cannot change. It's not personal. Many of us are quick to take things personally. For example, if your employee doesn't follow your instructions, do you assume they're being defiant? If your partner isn't affectionate for a day, do you assume they don't care about you? The truth is that most of the time it's not about you. Everyone has their own issues to deal with. The odds are excellent that you're not the cause of someone else's mood or behavior. Controlling yourself is the optimal solution. You might have some control over your environment, but you can't control others. 5. Give thanks continually. When your alarm goes off, before you even get out of bed, close your eyes and think about the ways in which you've been blessed. Consider the most basic gifts that you have: a job, good relationships, your home, your clothing, your health. Then continue to give thanks throughout the day. If someone lets you in their lane when you are driving, give thanks. When your paycheck is deposited into your account, give thanks. When your child comes home from school safely, give thanks. Make a point of acknowledging every good thing that happens to you. Feel gratitude. Everyone has things in their life that are worthy of gratitude. What are you grateful for? When things seem the most challenging, it's a perfect time to list off the things for which you are the most grateful. If you think about these things, you'll feel better. This is one of the best habits anyone can create. 6. Only do one thing at a time. Attempting to multitask is stressful. It's also not productive to rapidly switch back and forth between multiple tasks. For example, when you're driving your car, just drive your car. Don't try to drive, text, and eat breakfast at the same time. 7. Minimize the noise in your life. Audible sounds, visual clutter, and the other extra items in your life that you really have no need for all clutter up your mind as well as your environment. Having too much stuff in your life will make you miserable. Keep the most important items and get rid of the rest. Developing these habits can make your life more calm and serene. It can also have a ripple effect on those around you, making their lives better. 8. Be kind to others. There is no scenario in which being unkind to others will benefit you. So be careful how you operate. The ugly things that you say and do to other people may affect them, but those actions will poison you. If you are unhappy, take a long, hard look at your behavior. If you spew mean comments or take advantage of people, you will be miserable. I can't sugarcoat that. Instead, be consistently kind. Build others up. Be helpful. You will find that by doing those 3 things, you'll be at peace with yourself because you will actually like yourself. 9. Be careful what you drink. Some things we drink can affect our minds. Coffee, tea, and some soft drinks have caffeine. Caffeine affects each person differently. Evaluate how it affects you. If it makes you jumpy or irritable, then either reduce your consumption or eliminate it altogether. Alcohol affects people differently as well. If drinking wine, beer, or hard liquor makes you anxious or depressed, again, limit your drinking or cut alcohol out of your life altogether. Being happy is more important than your Starbucks or your nightly glass of wine. 10. Get enough sleep. Our minds cannot think clearly if they aren't rested. Small children need copious amounts of sleep in order to be happy. Adults are no different. While we may not throw ourselves on the floor and scream if we haven't had a nap, we function only slightly better without sleep. Develop good sleep habits. Go to bed early. There is nothing wrong with going to bed at 9 p.m. The television shows you are missing aren't nearly as important as your serenity. 11. Watch and read the right kind of books, movies and television. What we watch and read affects how we think. Choose your entertainment carefully. There is a lot of violent, pointless junk out there which is deemed to be avant-garde or creative. If you want to have a relaxed mind, spend your time watching and reading things that have a positive message or that educate. Don't spend your valuable free time filling your mind with garbage just because it's popular. 12. Keep a clean, uncluttered home. There is a reason why spas don't have dirty towels on the floors and shelves covered with knickknacks. You can't relax in a place that is messy. A cluttered home or room is a sign of a cluttered or unstable mind. Make your home a place that is tidy and beautiful. You should breathe a sigh of relief when you enter your home. It should be a refuge for both your mind and your senses. 13. Spend some parts of the day without noise. There is nothing wrong with television, but there is something wrong with the television being on all the time. People tend to turn on the television to avoid being uncomfortable. We are either uncomfortable with our families, or we are uncomfortable with ourselves. So we distract ourselves from that discomfort with a lot of racket. The problem is that noise impedes you from truly relaxing. Make the choice to give your ears and mind a break, and enjoy the silence. 14. Spend time with the right kind of people. There are people who can't help but be a problem. Everywhere they go, they create drama. Someone has always done them wrong, or they are continually upset about something. Or they just can't say anything nice. Give those people wide berth. You can't necessarily eliminate those people from your life, but you can limit your contact with them. It is a matter of self-preservation. When you allow people into your life who bring chaos, it is very hard to maintain your serenity. It isn't your job to make their lives better. It is their job to not spread their brand of drama. There are positive benefits to reducing the stress in your life. These include being healthier and enjoying life more. Take control and create habits that serve you and those around well.